Time with Tanya for this story that is titled, Was It a Dream? Growing up, my sister Aggie and I were the true definition of latchkey kids. We spent our summers running from one side of town to the other in what seemed like adventures. From Rufus King Park to Jamaica High School and whatever came in between. I was her tag along, stuck like glue. I was an unwanted accessory in her summer plans. This summer, like every other summer, Aggie, she was in charge. My mom, a single mother of two, trying to earn a living, didn't have a lot of options. If I had a choice, I would have been content to stay home reading all on my own. But being a younger sister, however, leaves little in the way of choice. Aggie was mean. Maybe the circumstances of unwanted responsibility, or maybe just who she is. I was a frequent subject of her anger and resentment. I am like an interloper in her social life. Today we're going to Jamaica High where she can drop me off at the pottery class while she's off doing, I can't tell. I'm already dressed with my thick brown frizzy curls gelled into submission in a high bun, but I'm moving slowly and it is pissing her off. Hurry up, you're so slow, she yells at me in her usual nasty tone as I slowly tie my shoelaces. Jesus, Cece, let's go. She tugs on the sleeve of my orange romper as she pulls me through the hallway and out the door. I know we're supposed to be at school by 8:15 for free breakfast, but I'm struggling to learn how to tie my shoes. I leave it loose. It's not as if I have a choice. Where she goes, I go, and we're going now. We hurry out of the building, barely saying a hi to Mrs. Johnson because we don't want to be late. She shakes her head as we go. God only knows what she's thinking. But I feel a sense of embarrassment. Her intense look of disapproval fills me with shame. I don't know why or the cause, but whenever she sees us, her disappointment in what seems to be our very existence is evident. We walk toward the park, Aggie chattering as we go. Her curly hair bounces with our fast pace. Her blue crop top is riding up a little, which makes me grin. Mama sure as hell would smack the tan off her behind if she could see her right now. The thought makes me smile even more. I have no idea what Aggie's jabbering about because I'm in my head. Daydreaming, thinking is all the same. The world I've created in my head is a better place. A place without yelling or hurt, emotional or physical. Aggie is always angry for having to be my caretaker. My mother, Eunice, always angry in her life of being a mother raising two of her four children she gave birth to. My imaginary world is safe, a place I can control. At this moment, though, I can only follow along as we try to get to the summer school program on time. As we cross the street, traffic is light, and 89th Avenue is being repaved. There is not a lot of people around, which is weird for the hour. It's 7:30 a.m. and we have just enough time to get there and maybe make a stop on the way. Maybe it's the street repaved, but it just seems like there's no one around. The street is blocked by newly laid cement. It's a thick layer of gray sludge. Caution tape lines the sidewalk on orange cones as a reminder that the road is blocked. It's a long city sidewalk that coasts along the park on one side and Mary Immaculate Hospital on the other. Our neighborhood is changing. From the street construction to the new gazebo at the park, there is change everywhere, even down to the drug dealers who hang out in our building. They are there less and less. If Aggie had her way, they would be there every day. She's 12 going on 20 and thinks she knows everything. I like to think she knows nothing. We are halfway down the block. Aggie notices one of her classmates, John, on the other side of the street. They start yelling greetings across the way when Jay shouts, "I'm across this street." We look at him in confusion, unclear on why someone would want to cross a newly cemented street. But before Aggie can tell him no, he's already on his way across. He struggles through the cement slowly and makes it 3/4 of the way before getting full stuck in the cement where he cannot move. I am rooted in my place as I know this is bad, but not fully sure what to do. Aggie also seems almost paralyzed. I look around and see a man in blue on our side of the street near the corner. I break off into a sprint to ask for help. There's also an older couple across the street who seems to appear out of nowhere as I'm shouting for help. The couple starts running back to the corner to cross safely, and as the man in blue arrives, I start explaining to him that there is someone stuck in the cement. "I want you to go to the payphone and call 911 while I try to go help," the man in blue tells me with urgency. I follow his directions, and after giving the 911 operator the location, I run back as fast as I can. When I get back, the man in blue and the couple are speaking urgently, trying to come up with a plan on how to help John. John is crying helplessly in the cement. When I get back, the man in blue and the couple are speaking urgently, trying to come up with a plan on how to help John, who is crying helplessly in the cement. I hear the man in blue say, "What if we make a human chain?" To which the woman replies, "Yes, but how? We can't risk getting stuck either." My sister suddenly wakes up from her shocked stupor and turns to me and asks, "Do you think the building materials from the gazebo they just finished have any leftover supplies?" We live in a building right across the street from Rufus King Park, and we've been waiting all spring for them to complete the large gazebo. I would frequently stare out the window after getting home from school to see how construction was going, and it looks almost done. In fact, when I looked this morning as we passed, I remember seeing large pieces of wood lying around. Yes, I saw tons of wood lying around just this morning. "Sir," Aggie speaks loudly to the man in blue, "can some wood help?" "Great thinking. Can you get us some quickly?" he responds. Aggie and I look at each other. When our eyes meet, we know what needs to be done next. We take off running to the gazebo to find anything we can. We were scrounging around quickly when she sees a long board that maybe someone can lay on. She grabs one side of the heavy board, and I grab the other corner. We walk as quickly as we can, but the board is heavy. But still, we are determined to get this board back to John as quickly as possible. As we get closer, the man in blue runs over to help, and we start moving quicker as some of the weight is lifted. The couple is waiting patiently, and the heavy-set woman glances back and forth from the wood board to John, her expression filled with fear. "We are losing time. I don't think that wood is long enough." To which Aggie exclaims, To which Aggie exclaims, "It was the biggest one there." The man in blue tells the woman, "We are losing time. The board is kind of short, but I think we can make it work. One of us has to get on top to grab the kid's hand. It's heavy, so whoever weighs the least should go." They look at each other in doubt because neither of them look light enough to not sink the wood. They all suddenly turn to us and then back at each other. The man in blue waves us over, and somehow I already know what he's going to say. "One of you will have to get on this wood and help grab his hands. We have a better chance of getting him out this way." Aggie nods her head in understanding and says, "Okay, I'll do it." "We will hold both sides of the board steady to make sure it doesn't sink." I watch in silent horror as everyone takes their place. I can hear sirens in the wind as I pray they can get here quickly. It seems like slow motion, but everyone is moving as quickly as they can. Aggie slides slowly about halfway where she and John are able to grasp each other's hands. The men pull the wood back while the heavy-set woman keeps my sister steady. They are struggling with the added weight of John, but they are steady as they pull. It is slow going as the sirens get closer. "We need to move faster. EMS will be here any minute. We have to get them out," the woman says urgently. As they get closer to the curb, the man in blue yells, "Stop! I think we can grab him from here." Aggie doesn't let go. Both men get down on their knees and grasp John's upper arms and pull. Aggie finally lets go and gets up with the woman's help. We can see the ambulance at the corner, so we start waving wildly as the EMS team runs towards us with their stretcher. With one last tug, the two men and John tumble onto the sidewalk. John's legs are caked with cement. His tear-streaked face is wide-eyed as he stares aimlessly. "I think he's in shock," Aggie says, with a sad look on her face. EMS makes quick work of getting him on the stretcher as we explained what happened. They check his vitals swiftly and declare John stable to move. They move speedily toward the ambulance parked on the corner as we follow. John is soon whisked away into the ambulance, and off they went, blaring sirens and lights toward the emergency room a short drive away. The man in blue and the couple shake hands for a job well done and turn to us. "Please be safe out there. Head on back home to your parents and let them know what happened. If they have any questions, have them give me a call." He hands Aggie a business card and walks off. So does the couple. We stay there, silently mulling over what just happened. "Do you want to go home?" Aggie asks me, to which I shake my head no. She shrugs her shoulders and says, "Okay, let's go. Maybe we can still catch pottery class." She turns, and we continue our walk to the summer school. And that's it. The end. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Storytime with Tanya.